Hello and welcome to the formal review. Today, we will be having a very special episode. So sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the formal review. This is episode 50 and I want to thank you all for tuning in once again. This episode will give you my top 10 films of the year. Now before I get started, I do want to preface this episode with a slight spoiler warning for all the films that I have seen. I will do my best not to completely ruin the film for you, but as I always say, I do suggest that you see the film before you hear what I have to say so that you fully understand everything. But if you do not care about that, keep listening. So this is just going back and looking at the films that I rated the highest over the year. This is kind of obviously going into that recap, but it's kind of hard to do that with all these films that I've gone through and remembering what films that I thought were so good. So for those who have listened to all of my episodes this year, you should know that they were definitely films that I designated 5 out of 5, which was a first for me coming out of the gate. And some of these films are from my top 5 and from the mid-year review, but some of them are definitely new ones too, so we'll see how this goes. Starting with number 10, 1917. Now, like all these, I did really enjoy it.
This film is a technical masterpiece, but lacks on characters, and it is extremely enjoyable to watch, especially in the theaters.
Now you can go to episode 47 for that review. Number 9, Midsummer. Now, I thought this movie was really creepy and I really loved it. I did think it lacked a little bit on originality, but I loved the message that it was trying to say. So you can go back to episode 43 for that one. Now, number 8, Joker. Yes, I really enjoyed this film a lot. I thought it had some great commentary. However, I do think that there was a lot of inspiration that made it a little bit less original in some aspects, aside from the fact that it dealt with a comic book character. So you can go back to episode 47 where I go into real detail about that film. Now, number 7 is Us. Now, this is Jordan Peele's second film. I saw this very early on in the year, but you can go check out episode 40 for that film. Now, that film was part of my top 5 originally. The fact that it went back to number 6 shows how we're going this year. So, number 6 is The Two Popes. Now, I really love this movie. I love the message, love the acting. I thought it was very, very, very well done. It's such an entertaining movie that I love the conversations they had, even though it was fictional. But you can go check out episode 47 for the full review on that one. Number 5, A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. It was such a creative way to be shown on screen. I loved the aspects of taking a biopic and kind of making it like an episode of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. I thought that was very creative, but you can go check out episode 47 for the full review on that one. Now, number 4 is The Farewell. Now, I love the story. I thought it was of such a simple, and then everything putting together, showing emotions and everything. Man, it was just so touching. But if you want to check out the full review of that, go check out episode 44 where I go into detail about that. So with my top 3 films, the reason why I picked them is because I think that the message or the commentary that it's saying is something that can be taken with the audience outside of the movie theater. It's a thing that really can affect someone, can move you in a way. And that's why I would start with number 3.
Voting isn't just going to the polls anymore on Election Day. Options like early voting, mail-in voting, and ballot drop boxes are available to more voters and are growing in popularity. How to Vote is a tool created by Democracy Works, and it breaks down the options your state offers by forecasting a ballot, empowering you to decide where and when to vote. Democracy works best when we all vote, but misinformation and confusion about election procedures have resulted in low voter turnout. How to Vote takes the guesswork out of the voting process. It is easy to use and helps folks from all over the country overcome many of the process barriers to voting. It is committed to helping you vote no matter what. You can use the How to Vote tool to sign up for election reminders, see what's on your ballot, get step-by-step assistance requesting your mail ballot, explore your options for returning your mail-in ballot, check your voter registration status, and find your local polling site and make sure that you have an appropriate ID to bring with you. Decide when and where you'll vote this year at howto.vote.
Jojo Rabbit. Going into Taika Waititi's film, I wouldn't have anticipated that it would have been my number 3 film of the year because I wasn't a big fan of him from Thor Ragnarok, but I stand extremely corrected. I love this film. I thought the message was great, acting was fun, and really brought a real smile to my face, tears to my eyes, and everything. It just had so many great emotions that I loved it so much. But you can go check out episode 47 for the full review on that. Now, number 2, I think this is going to surprise people, is Parasite. I loved it so much. I thought it was an extremely well-made film. Really not much of any issues with this movie. Now, number 1. Queen and Slim. If you heard my review on this film, you know how much I love it. There was just so many great aspects to this movie that I really think this film is really undersold and really not represented at all in any type of nominations. I thought the acting was great, the storytelling was beautifully written, the direction was done so well, the message of the film, what the director and writer are trying to portray in the film, I thought was done absolutely perfectly. But full thoughts, go check out episode 47. So that's my top 10 for the year. Now, what did you think of the films? Let me know. Hit me up on social media. The Formal Reviews on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. The URL's all the same. It's at The Formal Review. Thank you all for tuning in once again, and I really appreciate you all listening. I see the numbers, and I'm really thankful for you all. So you never miss an episode. You don't miss the next episode. Please subscribe to your favorite streaming service. The Formal Review is on Spotify, iTunes, Google Music, and much, much more. Pretty much any place you can find a podcast. In addition, I always want to grow and improve, so please leave a review on your favorite service. Feel free to also tell me if there is a film that you want me to review. I do this for you all, and I want to keep this entertaining. Each pair of views that you give to the podcast allows me to continue. For those who have supported me on a financial basis, I really appreciate the fact that you support me in that way. For those who want to give financial support, please go to anchor.fm/the-formal-review and click support this podcast, and any donation is appreciated. Thank you all for tuning in once again, and until next time, I'll see you at the movies. Take care, everyone.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of The Formal Review. We hope you'll join us again.